It was so encouraging. It was so encouraging. Te pai tawhiti, by 2040, te reo will be the language used by 50% of our whai. We can do this. If we get our kura taio up, we believe it. We got enough skill, enough our rangatahi, enough of us older ones to encourage and support our language tunnel strategy and program. Ngā aronga, the focus points, kumanutia te reo. They say that our reo comes from the waonui a tāne, that nature provides our reo. We have words like kete kete, which is to chatter, like the ka makes the kete kete. Koi koia, that's the sound of the ruru. These are just beautiful words, and they say it comes from te waonui a tāne. Hai tia te reo, creating learning environments, that's what it's about. Language speaking zones. When we're running Runmaki, you could have some of our tari could be speaking te reo Māori, all these types of initiatives that you'll see is happening all around the motu. Whakaaratia te reo, establishing infrastructure and integration. That's all our succession stuff. That's getting a nakomanga. How hard has it been to get a classroom? Gee whiz. And I'll be going to say the support from our marae to use our whare as our classroom is just the first option. It doesn't always work out because of this is for all our people. So we have to shift and be flexible. But those are things we could consider. What if we had a Māori classroom where we could run wānanga for Ngāti Toa and link up with other iwi, the Art Confederation, etc., etc. And I'm just going to flick through these. Our principles, the development of the Rautaki has been guided by the principles identified in the manuscripts of Te Atanatu Te Kairangi. 1881, he wrote that manuscript here. He was probably already experiencing the decline of our culture and our language, and he established 4 founding principles. I just thought that these principles are something that can be taught, exemplified through our wānanga. So whakapapa tu tainui, that all the people know that they're whakapapa tu tainui. Those of us that experience kura kaupapa, our kids have been doing that since they're like 7 or 8. They can all whakapapa from Hoturo down to, I'm speaking for my own kids. Now they're all at actually where the line's going. Through their kura experiences. On the marae, here she is, Jenny's here, yep. Clear, okay, see us, no. Here's the new team, Pou Tikanga Reo. It's not the Pou deal, I wanted to incorporate to make sure, because one of the issues interact, lucky enough to have 7 positions within the team, the Mata Tarahai, which is the senior, is our manager. Mata Tātaki is the operation. So we've got a principal advisor, 2 senior advisors, a researcher, and a kapahaka exponent to help deliver and inform our wānanga moving forward. Come on. Do I feel like I'm preaching to a converted crowd here? And I was okay, cool. Well, maybe just show you the pictures. No. That's the Rangahau research. Basically, just to sort of cap it all up, there's about 80% of our whānau that feel they're probably at a learner stage. So we've made the strategy, the delivery, to sort of cater for the earlier ones over the next couple of years, and we'll start to sort of increase the levels that we're able to teach through our wānanga. There's some more research about the respondents, the age groups. It was quite comprehensive, and in fact, I think it was one of the biggest surveys. You know how hard it is to get a survey. Anyone done an assignment at Te Wānanga? And you ask your father to try and, yeah, well, it's real hard. Well, I think we had about 500. So it was one of the biggest sort of surveys that we've had at the Runanga here. So it gives us a good view of where our iwi at. There's probably about some of our graduates from our kura. They need a boost. They're graduates. So we need to start working on our rau kura. And of course, those are the ones that are doing Te Wānanga studies, etc. Preferred learning methods, 58% said that general feel of things, and of course we've got all the other options. Also, moving forward, now they're focusing on sort of getting to know who they are, what they want to do, what fun they want to do in terms of their approach to Te Reo Māori. We've got, of course, Australia. I've got to say, I wasn't convinced that Australia was a good thing, but going over, you could see the fire in the people. They want to learn over there. There's a whole lot of rangatei. So anyway, all I wanted to say, they did enough to endear me to them, and I wouldn't mind helping our whānau, some of our parada openers over there, and all our other whānau over there as well. So I'm very parada ropata centric, and I make no apologies for it. Thank you very much. So you can now look online. We've got a webpage online. It gives you the strategy, the revamped strategy that we have. And a whole lot of stuff of what we're up to. That's, of course, is our ceremony for Te Haihai Matariki. We had our first Matariki ceremony on Whitireia. Those karakia that were laid by all those tohunga was for the aspirations and the mana of Ngāti Toa and the reo of Ngāti Toa to permeate through our whole rohe in our district. And that was really the basis when I talked to the tohunga about it. We're doing things like the whakatinana. We got the Hoko Whitu Tōpū. That's the Maurako group that's been training over at Hongaweka. They learn taiaha. They learn haka, karakia, waiata. They're not very good singers, but better at haka. Those boys, Wānanga Reo, Akoranga Reo, we did some tāmoko. This is not Hui Hoppers 2. It is a result of being at the Moko Papa, Wānanga. And that's, if anybody knows me here. Oh, it's not come the last. Nō reira tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou.
E taku rangatira, mi te whakaai ki te kawe e tēnei kaupapa ki mo te paenga o tiwi. Ko wareware te toto tēnei kauheke ki te tuku te rako ki te
Uake nei tō tātou nei whare tūpuna toa rangatira, hei rangi tāmiro, hei hono hono, hei karapinipini mai nei tātou i a tātou anō, i raro i te koro ai, tōna manaakitanga. Ko wai tēnei tani whai e pahu ana, ara pēnei a koutou, he uri anō, he uri hoki tēnei, nā toa rangatira, heki iho mai, kia pikau te rangi, heki iho mai ki te rangi hirua, ka moia te rangi hirua i a kapa kore, ka puta mai, ko te oka te hiko, ka moa ia hera tītahi, rangi tāne ki wairau anō hoki, he tamahinea wi te kānai, heki iho mai ki Honeykamu te hiko, moia ngā waina, ka puta mai ko Waipiti, heki iho mai ki tōku nei kuia, Daina Tiana Mātinga. Nō reira, tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou, ko au te mema o te pohari o whakatū, o te tauihu o te waka, hau, e whita ana ngā kau, kei konei. Nei ngā whainga, ngā moi o tātou, toa rangatira, tēnei te mihi atu, tēnei te mihi atu, tēnei te mihi atu. My name is Ihaka, usually called Sonny Bill Williams, but I'm the new board member of, just had the Wakatū Hui last week with Te Pūho, and I thought that was long. This one's even longer, but kei te pai. Really happy to be here. Tēnā koutou.
Thank you, Ihaka. We the Te Ahuru Mōwai. Tā Matthew, if you'd like to speak, you're welcome to. And then Helmut, and then we'll come close to wrapping up.
Chief, you want to have a kōrero first, or shall I just rock in? Kei a koe. I'm all right. I'm all right. Wa e te whare, mi atu tēnei, ki a koutou mihi mai ki tēnei uri o iwi number 5, apparently a mix of Ngāti Porou, Irish and Italian. So make of that what you will. I know the kitchen's calling, so I'm going to tuck straight into it. It's my pleasure to be and honour to be the Chief Executive of Te Auru Mowai. And there's a magnificent 47-minute version of this presentation. You're going to get the 4.7-minute version of it when it comes up. So we're going to bang up our prezi here. And because I'm going quick, just to highlight, that's our annual report. If you didn't get one, should be a few more under the table down there in the white box. Which one? Okay. Ooh, let's go back. There's 7 slides, and one of them is just our logo at the end. So rest easy, we'll pump through them. What I will say, I just want to acknowledge the fact that Tamatu Ray is our chair. When he was in helmet seat, from 950 as at the middle of this year, of those properties this year, 4 properties. We have about just over 2,650 living in our homes. That's the officials. We're probably closer to 3,000 just on the quiet. And we've spent almost $14 million this year on responsive maintenance and planned maintenance on those properties. And we have 26 properties that we own and an 80% tenant satisfaction rate, which, if you know community housing or social housing, that's a pretty good rate. So the line missing off there, which Christian would tell, because he's the expert, is our revenue. So our revenue lifted this year from 22.5 million to 25 million. So quite a significant lift on the back of a range of initiatives. Our net profit is a bit of a one-off, really. It's a fantastic net profit result, but I just need to put some context around it. So our underlying net profit last year was 3.2 million, and this year we produced a net profit of a similar level. Can I say that that net profit is about more than 3 times what KPMG predicted would be made from your venture before it was launched? Importantly, we know all of that profit goes one of 2 places. It either goes back through dividends and repayments to the Runanga for the charitable purposes of the Runanga as they decide, or it goes back into new services or new buildings for whānau in the community. That's where it goes. So that's why that's important. The $6.5 million profit includes a revaluation of assets. So later on, I'll show you a couple of pictures of Moana Court. You will know we purchased Moana Court. We were successful in a tender to purchase those 26 dwellings this year. And those assets and a number of other assets were revalued, as is the Runanga's practice. And we got a one-off gain of about 3.5 mil, basically. So better than a poke in the eye with a burnt stick. What that means is we're able to declare a bottom line profit of 6.5, but I need to tell you that record is unlikely to be broken for another decade or so, I would think. But it's fantastic because it strengthens our balance sheet and means we're able to actually do some deals around getting new houses built. Net working capital, as a result, is lifted from 5 million to 11.39 million. Just remember, we are 2 years and 9 months old, and we started with 0, other than the equity investment of 3.4 from the tribe. And when it comes to that equity investment, I'm pleased to say in that 2 years and 9 months, we've repaid to the Runanga through distributions and payments already 2.5 million. Just at the bottom there, that's the dark cloud. Our insurance has gone up 31%, then 37%. People don't want to insure social homes. It's getting a little bit ugly. That you can see that's a big number there. And we're working with Helmet, Leon, and others at Creative Solutions for that. Moving right along. We're a kaupapa Māori-based model founded on the tikanga of Ngāti Toa. And one of the key differences between us and Kāinga Ora and all the other ones is that we actually want to connect with our people. We want to make a difference where we can in the lives of our kaumātua and our children and our whare. Not in a paternalistic way. One of the ways we do that is we do crazy things like just head out on our own or with Ora Toa, put a massive feed on in the local community, attract our tenants in, they start meeting each other. Mike's sitting in the back there. We had a good event up in Orfiti just about 3 weeks ago. Absolutely awesome. It's amazing what a bit of steak, a free ice cream, immediately followed by a blood pressure test will do for a relationship. Anyway, we had the Warriors and we had a whole bunch of stuff. I won't go through that. These are some of the people that we're partnering with. This is a key part of the difference in the model, is that we're looking for organisations and people, including obviously the likes of Ora Toa. I need to acknowledge you, Helmut, the support you've provided by just encouraging your leadership table to give us a little bit of a positive shoulder when we need it, and all these other organisations as well. We're almost there. In fact, this is the last one except for the, second to last one. So I just wanted to note here, we've got a new build taking place right now down in Hukatai. It's 12 homes. Our vision strategy is we would like to move from 950 homes to something like 2,500 over the next 10 to 15 years. The vision is not to build those all as social homes. The vision is to use progressive home ownership, rent to buy, affordable rentals, which we have funding for 10 of those already, and other means to improve our community. Nonetheless, this is exciting because it's our first build, and those homes should be ready for whānau to move into in September this coming year. It's very exciting from our point of view. I want to highlight but the spend in terms of already on Ngāti Toa Trades on that project is 1.150 million. And that didn't include Kāpai Plumbing, who were down there putting pipes in the ground just the other day. And our total spend is approaching 7 million in the 2 years and 9 months since we've been started with Ngāti Toa Trades. So that's a big part of what we want to do. As much as we can, spend local. Right, we're here. That's, in case you don't know what it looks like, most of you do. Down there in Te Pene Ave, they're affordable rentals that we got through a tender with the City Council. A big part of the reason why we won the tender was because, one, you can't get more local than Ngāti Toa in Ngāti Toa territory. And two, we sold people on the vision of what we can do by combining these properties with the properties that are just across the road, which are also under our management, to transform that whole end of Te Pene Ave over time when we get the dollars together. So it's very exciting, and these are focused really at older members of our community. And that, you'll be pleased to know, Callum, mihi to all of you, mihi to the board, mihi to everyone else. When we got up with Kahu there before, people were doing, I was sort of inclined to go like this because I figured being able to lead with your left and maybe duck under a right might be quite handy, the way things were going earlier. But I'm pleased the food's up soon, because I'm sure once we get something in the puku, everything will be right. Koe noa, mihi tonu ki a koutou, me taku rangatira, tā mātiu, our chairman of our board, and everyone who's helped us. Kia ora tata.
Kia ora. Thank you, James. What was that? Pata.
Yeah, my question is, how many Ngāti Toa people are in those homes?
So in terms of the total homes, right,
Yep.
I can't give you a number today. And part of the reason for that is that when we took over the homes,
Yep.
the government doesn't collect that information, and we can't force people who are existing tenants to tell us. Here's what I can tell you.
Yep.
When we took over the homes, there were roughly 65 homes in Takapuaia. One of the things that Helmut, myself and others were looking at was changing the pattern, which was that Ngāti Toa whānau would tick the box and say they want to come back to Porirua, or they want a home in Porirua, and they'd be stuck up the east or stuck somewhere else. So what I can tell you is we've moved from a situation where we were less than a third of our homes in Takapuaia with Ngāti Toa whānau was about 25%. We've doubled that in 2.5 years So more than half of those 65 whānau are Ngāti Toa whakapapa in Takapawahia, and that will continue.
That's really great to hear, because when I was working for the social services here, it was really difficult and our people weren't prioritised. Is that going to change?
It's already changed 2.5 years ago. I can tell you.
Yeah, but
It
I
has.
was working here.
Number of whānau here, that hasn't happened because, you know, we followed the Kāinga Ora model. What we've done is we've followed our own model,
Yep.
which is if we've got whānau who want to be in Takapawahia and we can accommodate them. And just to be clear, it's not a blank check. There are still other requirements. We
Yes.
don't tend to put an individual person in a 3-bedroom home, that sort of thing. But all other things being equal, if you're from Ngāti Toa and you're qualified on the social housing list at a decent level, then you will get a fair shake from Te Auru Mōwai. And I've got to say, rather than speak about it myself, I'd encourage you to have a chat to, I don't know, Helmut, Jenny, Liz, others who've come to us on the quiet and said, hey, can you give us, and we've done it. And we'll
Okay.
continue to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's an important point.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Talking about Moana Ko'ikoto, so existing houses, but you're talking about new builds. Now, drive around Titahi Bay, there's the big houses on huge sections. Are you talking about maybe building new, you know, like subdividing and putting a new house on?
We've already identified places in Tuki Street and Whanga Ave.
And
Yeah,
Orfiti.
so we're looking at redeveloping a couple of sections there to put on more houses, yeah.
Yeah.
And that Hukatai Street, it's going to go into Ahikaka Drive as well. So all of that we're looking at
There's
redeveloping.
a lot of those houses. And
He's only talking about the first stage. There's
Yeah.
3 stages to the development. We're going to end up with,
Kahika, there'll be another 60.
we've been going for 2 years. To be able to seek further funding.
Sure. Thank you. Couple. Thank you.
Kia ora whānau.
Kia ora.
Let's go.
Move we accept the Te Ahuru Mōwai report. Who said yeah? Aye. Tina, seconder, Auntie Janie, all in favour? Aye. Any opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. We're cutting short. We've been getting pressure from the kitchen. We'll give our CEO a couple of minutes to speak. And before he starts, come on up. I'd just like to announce there is 7.6 agreed, and so I declare the motion is carried.
That's great news, and I will be quick. I just want to acknowledge and thank again Tamachu and James. We owe Ngāti Porou for giving us James. It really is an amazing result that our chair and our board have and our CE have achieved for us at Mōwai. Just a couple of quick things, Whānau. I mean, you know, I had to smile. The first time, today's my 39th wedding anniversary, and my wife's gone, so I can say this. The first time she came out home and she and had dinner with me and my family, she said, "You fellas are crazy." And because when I first bumped into Auntie Eva after I'd first job there, I bumped into her down at down the shopping centre. And she said, I always thought sorry for your dad. Now, what do you say that for, Auntie? She says, she had to hang out with all you bloody Arthurs. So that's when they're alive, I betcha. Listen, problem whatsoever with robust school. And the truth be told, half of the cousins around who've played basketball with me, we've had the old national story. Okay, so here's the real thing that I want. And so here is my sole message to Ngāti Toa is that we don't add to that narrative, right? Not at all. And so that's my only message, whānau, because if there's anything that has given Ngāti Toa the strength to endure as long as we have, it's our unity, right? So we have strength and we have unity. So that's my Ngāti Toa today, is make anyone and anything that tries to break us apart, to undermine us, that's the enemy, and it might be us. And if we'll have the humility and wisdom to see that and to fight it, then we'll get exactly where we want to go. Kia ora tātou.
Make the announcement. No, yeah. Jen.
Jenny.
Jen. All right.
No, not yet. Not yet.
One minute, you'll like this one. About a month or so, we had one of our long-serving staff members leave. Her nickname is Sweetie by name and Sweetie by nature. And being able to acknowledge her service here, our community. And so, Auntie, in front of all your whānau, we just want to thank you for your service to us. You're a huge loss. And there's so many other things that we would have loved you to have.
We're going to do them in the whare.
Kia ora whānau. This is unexpected. I thought I was slipping away from work quietly, but not to be. But I started with Toa Primary Mental Health Service as the mental health nurse in 2006. Yeah, our service up, and it's awesome. And we're the only service in New Zealand, I think. We've got 4 psychologists working for us, and 3 of them are Māori. And it was been a real pleasure working with them, and I've learned so much from them. And yeah, I may take up Jenny's offer. Kia ora.
Tēnā koe, sweetie. I think you'll be welcomed back anytime. Just want to say a big mihi to Cal and his team there. Give them a big round of applause. He tū tātou. Hei himere whakamutu. He honore. He gloria. Ke tātou katoa te ata whae to tātou ring karaiti me te aro te atua, me te ringa tahitanga ki wairua tapu, ake. Just one note, when I was a chair, I only took 1.5 hours.
Kai tāna whānau, and we'll have the golf awards in the wharekai.
Ka pai, Auntie. Good to see you.
hat. Got a hat. Leon.
Hey, that's good. Noticed. It feels like going 12 rounds.
The chair was getting paid by the hour.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Until we're back. Let's get my shoes. See this side.
Because you dropped her off last Friday.
Yeah, no, she's off to the way.
No, you dropped.
I catch up with Jamie a few. Actually, we were both chatting on stage last week. I meant it with Get it wrong. Neither did Jamie. So, I was pushed for these big shit. It was a real weird meeting. I spent 15 years developing a range of that's why you hire
Now they got their knowledge.
Sorry,
and I said to her, at this stage, I've been told I need to do some It's all good fun. I said, but they might decide to include them. I'll tell you what I know right now. And she said, yeah, so yeah, quite happy to do that. And not, no, I think we would think so. Yeah.